This is the Shepherd Sling, February 21st, 2023, episode number 77. And we are back as our heroes gather inside the small and darkened safe house of the Sullustan Jaliv in the capital city of Sullust, Bilaroon, to discuss what they have learned so far in their brief stint on the volcanic planet and their decisions as to what to do next in their quest.
Well, what's the plan, guys? We have some ins and outs, some ups and downs, and a couple of rights and a couple of downs too.
Oh, guys, I think I fell asleep. Did you do the planning without me? You guys might need to fill me in here. Where we going now? We doing this now, or we doing this in a little bit? I mean, I could wake up a little.
Well, yeah, Roquan, we met with Jewel and Spannin at Numbnuts and met their Jewel's cute little baby.
Numbnuts, you say?
Yeah, at Numbnuts.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
we think that Jewel's husband. I actually have a feeling like I met him before. But I think he offed himself on Farstain, just walked out into the atmosphere.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, the guy who gave me his jumpsuit and his clearance card for the Farstain docking bay for the Consortium. Worked for the Consortium and he hated it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, nice guy.
Yeah, well, I think he gave me his death sticks too. But
Okay. It's all coming together.
Yeah, his cousin, I forget his name, but I think guy who offed himself, his name was Brandy. And his cousin's name was what was Merbert. His cousin's name? Merbert. Merbert. He works for the Consortium, and Jewel was going to introduce us this morning.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, any more information we can find out about what goes on inside that building will be very helpful, I think.
Especially
Plus, if this guy works at Checkpoint, that's even another way to get through.
We're also going to want to get our hands on some ID badges so we can get in.
Yeah. I know we had discussed snagging one from someone getting off duty. Any progress with that?
We could also consider stopping by one of the Sullustan spa resorts or off-worlders.
Oh.
That might be a place to start.
So wait, you're telling me Brandy Crumb, the guy that offed himself, his cousin, we met his wife and his kid, but his cousin Merbert works on the Consortium side of that base we were investigating, and might be an in to get in there.
Yeah, he works here at the full sub train station. Yeah.
Oh, the train station, not those tubes, not that tube section, right? Okay.
No. Right near where we were there at the chop shop, I think.
That stop.
And yeah.
All right. What if we're going into the Consortium's base near Sorosub? I know there's access vents to the top where those transmitters are, but how exactly? My brain's not quite big enough to understand what can we do with that information? What would getting us in there do? If what part of the mission is that going to accomplish? We fly
You talking
down.
about
We have to get
vents?
past the security. There's some vents.
Yeah, so my understanding was that's when we'll be in that 10-minute window, 10 to 15-minute window when the codes will be incoming. That gets sent to the incoming vehicle. So that's the point where we can change it at that access point to our ship. So that our ship has the data code to get in there.
So we need to have whatever ship we're in, away or otherwise, we can intercept the signal and resend it in a small window, not as a different signal, but as
I think we just
redirect to our ship. Is that what it does?
Yeah, I'm unclear with the nuance of it. I don't really understand the technology. I believe it was just whether we're importing our vehicle or our ship's info to their system so that they're on the lookout for us specifically, or if we're actually retransmitting a code. I'm not sure.
We need to figure out
Mookie,
how
do
it
you
all
know?
works.
I mean, if we need to interrogate someone, I can do that. But I'm wondering about that. Like, there's a robot head that's used. It's so much. I'm confused with what the different steps. I feel like we're tasting the bits of it, but I don't think I've put it all together of how we're going to pull off this grand plan.
I'll agree with you there.
All right.
Mookie, do you understand how all that works? You're kind of the techie.
I feel like we're missing some pieces, but yeah.
Well, Bund was the kind of the original guy who was telling us about this technology that he's going to be using to intercept. Wasn't his thing related to how this transmission is being sent out from the satellite, and then
I think he was the one I think that was telling us when it was going to happen, wasn't he?
I have his contact information if you ever need to get a hold of him, says
Wait, who
Jaliv.
Oh, Jolly.
Well, Bund has
Sure.
the tool that is able to pinpoint what
tower.
tower.
Oh,
it
what
is.
tower it is. That's
what
it
it is. Okay.
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
and he kind of made it sound to what Buck was understanding from what he was saying was that if you get to this tower, and there should be a terminal where you can insert information or alter, as simple as typing in our information and biometrics and our ship ID and that sort of thing. It sounded easy to do once you were there. Like maybe what is being sent is on a screen and you can literally alter it by typing or speaking, who knows.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're the man for the job there, Buck.
Well, why would we
I
need
could be
to?
wrong.
Why would we need to take the tunnels up to the transmitters then? Do we even need to bother with that?
It has
Because
to be.
that's where that transmission is being
Oh.
sent. So we'd have to go all the way to the tower to insert our information.
Ah, right. And
Our
it's
ship
certain towers at certain times. We have to
has
find
to
the
be
right
that
one at the
certain
right
tower.
time.
And there's always one person stationed at one of those because they need one person to take care of it, even them.
So, if we're gonna narrow down what we know and what we need to know, those are the big things that we need to follow up on, right?
Yeah.
And we need to kind of list out what our resources are as well. So we gotta kind of make a plan.
Yeah.
We know what we.
No, I'm sorry. You keep going.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I mean, I think that we don't know a lot of things. We don't know exactly what information is being shared between what points. We don't know how decisions are made about what ship takes the cargo from the incoming ship and who they're getting their information from and how to change that. So I think we need to
Right.
do some reconnaissance and kind of maybe Merbert has some know-how, or maybe he knows people who know how it happens.
You think he's privy to that sort of info?
Himself, probably not.
He could snoop around, maybe.
See, that's
Or he
the
might
thing,
know.
like,
Yeah.
how do we know anything that goes on inside this place? It's so locked up tight. And like, I mean, we don't even know. I mean, we have a kind of a basic idea of what the layout is. But even that, I mean, like, we could get lost in this place just from checkpoints that we don't know about or something. You know, I wish we had like a map of the place for one,
Yep.
and like a detailed one, or like surveillance
Mm-hmm.
camera video. We're working on pretty little information on what happens inside.
Well, Vod and Mookie should be able to get you some sort of camera feed, or at least themselves, while they're, locked up in Central Command.
It might be nice to do that before, though, if we can get into some computer before we actually begin the heist, where we're not under the pressure of
Mm-hmm.
trying to do that while we're, so we have that map, we have a
Yeah.
better idea before we actually head in.
Mm-hmm.
As long as we don't tip them off, because that'll just make the mission a lot harder. If that's the one benefit to going in raw, is they're not expecting anything either.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's a great idea, though. If we're sure we
I
can
like
do
that
it without-
idea because we had time to really plan it out. We'd have to just have more information, so we don't know what we can find out without actually like breaking in, tapping into their cameras and getting surveillance video, that kind of thing. It seems pretty risky.
Hmm.
And then trying to come take it back to study, that'd be wonderful. But yeah,
So
I
whose
hope.
throat do I need to cut?
Well,
Or aggressive negotiation, making aggressive negotiations with?
we have yet to see.
Okay. Just point the way, Buck.
We might not know until that moment arrives. You know what I'm saying? Well, I think all we can do for now is keep gathering intel, and I think this lead with this cousin is a good place to start. And yeah, you mentioned that off-world locations that people hang out. That's another great place to investigate too.
Mm-hmm.
But remember, we're always at a risk of tipping someone off too that we're poking around. So we kind of have to ask the right questions at the right people. Because even this cousin guy, I mean, he might, if he's worried about losing his job or something, he might not want to say anything about what's going on either, or be willing to help us. We'll have to try though.
I wonder how much he cares about his nephew or his second cousin.
So we could talk to him. We could probably find more about the droid head thing, but maybe we could catch someone coming off one of those ships. Or is that an idea?
Off of the
No.
ships up on the moon.
The ones that are coming in. Do we know if anyone departs those ships? Besides
I
the
think-
droid head transfer situation.
I think it's all so locked down in the consortium that we don't even know what happens to the ships, because since it's different ones leaving, so we might need to get that guy on the inside to know.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't think we really have any idea of what movements are going on in terms of personnel up on the moon. That sounds even more locked down.
I think our strategy will really depend too on if we're going to take the Dewey or if we're going to go and get on another ship. I think that'd be easier, but we lose the Dewey and our escape plan and a lot of other abilities if we leave the Dewey. And the best
Yeah.
plan would be somehow making the Dewey a ship that's a part of the convoy, if we can
Mhm.
do that. But it's
Yeah.
also a pretty recognizable ship these days if anyone's looking out the window. Any Imperial
Yeah.
who reads their reports. Maybe it needs a new paint job. Huh?
Well, Spannon
Yeah.
said that he was willing to make it look like a Consortium freighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they have a pretty standard logo kind of deal going on and paint job. So I think that would actually be a pretty good idea to follow up on.
And
I
then
can
need to-
start painting.
Yeah.
we'd have to insert it into the lineup
Yeah.
of Consortium ships, like at that parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need to adjust our transponder or switch it out with something else?
And then that droid head transponder situation, right? I forget how that works. That's sort of
Well,
complicated
the
too.
the
That's
droid
the
brain
complication.
handles the astrogation,
Yeah.
but it receives information and transmits information, I think, to the tower and from the tower. We're not exactly sure how that droid brain operates
But
and what it's getting.
the droid brain and physically gets put on the ship on whatever planet we find out our ship's coming from by the captain, right?
It's transferred at each stop. Yep.
By the captain that rides the ship with us, right?
The flight commander. Yep.
Flight commander. Yep.
If there's a flight commander, yeah. And the crew and flight commander changes. We don't know when or how frequently.
Yeah, because that's a concern with. I mean, we have a Bacta tank in here. We have. I mean, it's so. Ours is so peculiar. If there's there's gonna be a lot of scrutiny if we have someone else flying on our ship. So that is something to consider. Is we're gonna need to do more than just an outside paint job.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably a higher risk for volatility there, unless we go the whole 9 yards on the inside too.
Mm.
So the alternative would be just using whichever scheduled Consortium ship is already lined up to go and not try to switch it out with our own ship.
Right.
Potentially.
Yeah. And just
But
inserting ourselves
But we'd also
as
have to,
crew or something.
yeah, we'd have to take care of that crew though too. So we're adding something else there.
True.
Right. I think this job would be a lot easier if we had somebody on the inside who was willing to just gather intel. I mean, how many days do we have left? 6?
5 or 6.
6 sounds right.
If we can get somebody in there tomorrow who's just able to get into the system and like learn as much as possible, whether that's surveillance or like procedures, like standard operating procedure stuff.
Yeah. Do you think there's any way to hack in from outside?
I'd be surprised.
I wonder if we could look into that. I
Yeah.
don't know. You think, Mookie, you could hack into the consortium?
I mean,
From the
I think
outside?
that would be pretty difficult. Maybe if we could just get into the central command and then try to pull it up there, walk out, a day or two before.
We may run into the issue that we were originally thinking with communication, where communication is blocked from the outside or the inside to the outside. So I wonder if that would also go along with that. If maybe you'd have access to it while you're on the inside, but then there's some sort of shield that cuts you off once you leave the premises.
Right.
But I mean, it might be worth it. It might be worth giving that a shot, because Buck needs to figure out a map when he's in there anyway, and we were thinking about having him go in there just to get a layout. So maybe.
I mean, we also discussed not inserting ourselves into it, but instead getting a tracker and putting it on whatever ship we know is leaving.
Oh yeah.
Or onto the droid brain itself, even better.
Yeah.
Back on Shreeler, one of the ways I found to get past security, I mean, if I get the right outfit and the right badge, and then all I need is a ladder, because they let you anywhere if you carry a ladder. It looks like you're fixing something. So I get the badge and the outfit, and I get a ladder. I could bet I could walk right up to whatever, past security. People look and they're like, "Oh, he's got a ladder. He's fixing something." So I get on the inside and maybe janitorial services, some wet work if you want.
Yeah. Fully on board with VOD with the ladder.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I knew I would help this group.
Yeah, and you got Buck with you. He can talk his way out of anything, right?
Yeah.
All right. You guys want to go in
Anything.
tomorrow?
I think we should definitely talk to, who is this? Your inside man. I think we should talk to them first.
Merbert.
I think we should see if he's on board, because that would be some really easy information if he's on board. Low risk.
We want to find out what Merbert knows and how willing he is to help us out.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
All right, where's this Merbert guy? Let's find him.
One more question about the droid brain idea that you just brought up, Ted. How big are droid brains, and how hard would it be to put something undetectable on it as a tracker?
I
That
think
possible?
it depends on the droid brain, probably, but yeah, I mean, it could be a tracker could be, very small.
Yeah.
But it could also be scanned and be found potentially.
Yeah.
If it was a piece of hardware that we installed directly onto it that, transmitted to us.
Because I almost feel like I don't know. It wouldn't be seamless if we got caught or if it got caught, alerts, there'll be higher securities and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But if that was our plan A, put something on the droid brain, that would leave us out of a lot of risk.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying
to insert ourselves? We could kind of cheat the system that way.
Are you saying put the droid brain on one that we see leaving, like intercept whatever ship is leaving, put it on that droid brain?
Mm-hmm.
Put it on one of we find the location where it's coming from, get it so we could track it, and just wait till it reaches its final destination, and we'll know where it is, and then we just leave in the safety of our doorway, hyperspace.
Buck, I like that.
I think wasn't the issue though that we don't know where it's coming from until we actually are in the satellite?
Yes, but yes, we would have to do that, but it would leave us out of trying to take care of a crew and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
We could also
the way.
We could also jump from the doorway in an unrelated area where we're in safety and jump at the same time as a convoy and appear with the convoy, so instantly merge via the hyperspace jump. Right? We don't have to fly in formation, we just appear there. If we jump in later, we might get caught if they have but we also, if we jump to a location and we don't have the right transponder that says we're legit, we might get flagged when we arrive where we're going too.
For sure.
We'll have the location, but we might not pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. The more I think about it, it might just be easier to find out what freighter is scheduled to take the brain and just stow away on that freighter. Like break into the
Yeah.
dockyard.
Yeah.
All of us
Ooh.
just like
Stowaway.
hide on that ship,
Oh,
and the crew does its thing, and then we take them mid hyperspace.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I
right up
mean,
my alley.
I think it plays more to our strengths.
Yeah, because worst case, if they find us, then we're just back to where we were taking over the ship. So
Yeah.
You
I mean,
know,
who
we're-
knows what the protocol is though for scanning the ship as it's leaving, or when things are getting transferred, if there's going to
well,
be even a
yeah.
place to hide.
If there's a transfer going on too, we'd have to stow away. We'd have to get to the moon and stow away, right? We'd be
Well,
on.
if because I think we've kind of thought about it as like when you're on the tower, it's sending information like the go ahead to the incoming ship, and we
Mhm.
think there might be like a day
Yep.
or so before it arrives.
Yeah.
And then during that time the outgoing ship is getting prepped and moving to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
And so wondering if that's a time in which we can like figure out what ship that is, if you have that information from the tower, and then we can like move in on the dockyard. That dockyard's probably going to be
Well, yeah, that's
fairly.
if we think that's. Do we know that those ships that end up leaving our system here in Celeste are ships that aren't already on the moon, say right now?
I think we do know that there is the freighters or the ships that typically get the transfer of the droid brain come
Mhm.
from a dockyard planet side. That is something that we
That
found
same
out
day.
at some point. Well,
Yeah, that's a
yeah.
that's a true fact that Ted is quoting
Okay.
that you've heard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, so the ships that come in are not the ships that immediately leave? There's like a delay.
There's a transfer and a different ship usually, yes,
Yeah.
leaves.
And the tower is communicating to some point from which the previous ship is leaving, some previous location, and then it
Mhm.
takes them a day to make that hyperspace jump to the Celestin moon. And then the freighter comes from the Consortium dockyard up to the moon, transfer handoff happens, and then it's on its way.
Okay, that
So,
ship originates right here on planet side from the Consortium docking
inside the
bay
Consortium
here,
compound, yeah.
goes up to the moon, gets the cargo or whatever is being loaded, droid brain. That ship leaves the system to our destination.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So our choices are like, if we want to like actively be in the convoy, either we get our ship or ourselves onto that second ship, I'm guessing, or
Yeah. Yep.
yeah, I think.
Yeah.
or we mess with the droid brain or the ship in order to follow them.
Yeah.
We may
I
have to be
think-
flexible.
Yeah. I think stowing away on a ship that leaves here planet side and leaves the system is probably the way to go. That's what I would vote for. With the delay plan, you're right. Like we'd have to take care of the inside of the thing anyway. And what's the point of bringing delay if
Well,
I don't know.
better firepower if we're in a dogfight.
Yeah.
More backup just in case, something happens. If things go
Because
wrong and we're in a ship that might have limited, ability to fight back, who knows that they're not willing to just toast us and then say, "Oops, that's collateral damage."
Yeah, there's a lot to gamble if we fly out there without a ship and are on another ship going to an unknown location. That's a real big
Yeah.
risk.
It is, but it also drastically increases the chances of us getting in that situation if we have our own ship. You know.
Yeah.
Being caught.
Yeah, I'm in favor of stowaway because we have two options with that. Like you said, option A, we stow away. Option B, if we figure out more info about the droid brain, and it seems like a better way to go, where we just we remove the crew and we do that ourselves, then we have that option. You know, if we have access to that info.
Yeah.
Do we have a way to communicate with the this new alliance group, the rebels, of where we are when we arrive for a quick evac or help once we find the location?
We don't know where the location is. I don't think we can promise that we would be able to send anything. I don't know.
Joe,
Well, if we go without our ship, what could happen is we are in a bit of trouble and we immediately transmit securely at least the coordinates where we're located, and it might be a good week out or a couple days of hyperspace travel, but at least some way that we could send the information back to you all so you know where we're at and potentially if we're going to need some help, knowing that it might be several days.
Well, you are some of the best that we have. I if this trail does lead to somewhere remote or somewhere heavily guarded, I don't know if I can guarantee that we could come and punch an entire Imperial fleet in the mouth and get you out of there.
Mhm.
That might be for you to figure out. I don't know though. We would be at the ready to receive any signals you needed to send us. I don't know if I can promise safe evacuation depending on where you end up. You might be on your own to figure that out, but you're some of our best. In fact, we don't have a group as good as you that I'm aware of. You've gotten
Well,
out of tough scrapes before.
as your best, you think you kind of put a little bit more forward here than for us if we were calling for help.
Well,
huh?
this is up to you. If you don't want to take this mission, I understand. This is incredibly dangerous, unprecedented.
Jaliv, I got a question for you. Seems tangential, but how much dissatisfaction do you think there is among the Celestin population, especially folks who work at the consortium?
That's a difficult one. The consortium and Sorosub are closely interlinked, and Sorosub is the supplies the bread of most of us on this planet, and I think most Celestins appreciate that. Increasingly, as the consortium has furthered their ties with the Empire, speaking specifically to the consortium, I think there are growing pockets of dissatisfaction.
I mean, do they pay better than Sorosub?
I imagine at some levels.
Yeah.
With that Empire money. But in the same way, they've tightened their purse strings in other regards as well. I think some benefits were better, I think, for workers of Sorosub. But I guess depends on the job. Why is that?
Well, I think this job would be a lot easier if we were able to find some folks, whether they're, comms tower people who aren't satisfied with their lot, or they're just willing to give us some information or slide us a handbook, I mean, the information that's going out in the tower has to be coming from somewhere, probably Central Command. And so, getting somebody who has that information or is willing to just pass information along to us, if there's, that would be a huge help, especially if we want to make this seamless.
Well, Ted, you kind of
may wish
figured
to
that out
find them.
already.
Yeah.
Can you find any? Do you have any leads in your first couple days here?
Well, we're meeting with a guy who works at the train station, but doesn't seem like he works inside the compound itself.
He's more of a security guard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, but remember how you met Brandy Crumb? Maybe we just need to go to a bar where the consortium folks likes to hang out.
Yeah,
just listen, ask around.
We got the tanning, not the tanning place, but the solar beds, right?
The hell if I'm going to that place, but you guys can, yeah.
Yeah. The problem though is that like no one who knows anything really doesn't leave the consortium. The people who do leave sound like they're more like the janitors and the security guards.
Yep.
Are they? We're gonna have to start asking. This would be like a multiple. What's the word?
It's like a chain,
like
right?
A chain.
Well, yeah. Brandy Crumb left.
Yeah.
Maybe we can go to the entrance and see who's going in and coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about we split up and stake out a few places? I want to check out the solar bed place. Do we have some time before our meeting with Merbert?
Yeah, if we have a time set for Merbert, let's keep that, and if we've got time before that, let's hit some of the locals.
At some point, Merbert's schedule was laid out to us by Jewel. Did it say that he works the night shift and then sleeps in the morning, and then in the late afternoon, I think he was available for a meeting? Or
I think if you reach out to Jewel, she can help you get a meeting.
Yeah. Who had a good communication with Jewel? Buck?
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't set up a meeting time already. We can.
I honestly forget, and if you did, just tell me when it was.
I thought it was like the late afternoon of the next day.
That's what I thought.
Was it? Okay. Sounds great.
For some reason, I also thought that.
Sounds like it was the late afternoon of the next day.
And I think
so is that tomorrow afternoon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is the same day that we left.
Oh, this is the same day that we left Jules.
Yeah.
So this is probably like late evening.
It's late though.
Got it. So let's sleep on it. Wake up in the morning and check out some spots around town.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyone want to hit the bars tonight?
I don't know what time it is. It's probably get close to bedtime. I think we went over to Folosub when it was already kind of late. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't this the same day we did all of our surveillance at the gate too, up on the surface?
I don't think we haven't slept for a while.
I think technically it's late. It would be late tonight. Yeah. It's hard to tell with the way, you're not seeing suns and moons, you're seeing that orb in the middle of Billerud. It's really disorienting. It's like being in northern Norway in December.
Yeah. While we're still kind of in planning mode, I got another question before we go to bed. So this mission, what is our mission once we do get to this location that we are so desperate to find out? Are we just there to get in, figure out where we are, and leave?
Well,
are we in there?
Our conversation on the ecliptic right before we got attacked. Remember, what you were able to find on Thyfera was extremely valuable, and it was able to bring Oli and Lebke and many of the commandos and Ted back alive again. Unfortunately, you know, mass synthesis of a cure has been proving difficult to our R&D scientists. As Ember put it, we're hoping to track the snake's body to the head and cut off the head of Project Divic to destroy whatever research or research lab or facilities that we find. And yes, potentially destroying it from the inside if we can. And you're our only hope to make that happen at this point. But it is find it, and if you can,
destroy,
light it up.
Right. And I guess I'm just putting together now that like this trip here is where we need to do that most likely. I don't think we're going to be, you know, and it crossed my mind to like, well, let's just find the location of it, plan a little more, or maybe get some surveillance done, and then put a plan together. But maybe our plan is right now, like you're saying, is just go in and destroy it. Is that kind of what we're thinking?
That was our hope.
Like when we're leaving that system, this is the last time we ever leave the system. If
I don't know how many chances we would get at it.
Yeah.
And I don't know how heavily guarded wherever it is. And I also don't know how hard it will be to get away.
Yeah. We don't know much.
There are many unknowns. And the amount of bravery that we're asking is vast.
You know it's a suicide mission, Jaleev. It's okay. Come out and say it.
I guess I was hoping to shed. Yeah, go ahead.
Vod, I would trust that it's not. You've proven you're better than that. But I understand if this is too much, then it's too much.
Yeah, it's kind of too much.
Yeah.
God, we can do it. Come on.
There's a way. It's just hoping maybe shed a little more light on how we approach this whole plan of it's a lot, you know, how we prepare ourselves. I mean, this is like a multi-step plan, so we got to be thinking about the end as well as the beginning, you know.
Yeah.
So going in to this lab, this weapons development is kind of what we're thinking it is. Fully prepared and buffed up would be great, but you know, I'm also thinking still like we're leaning towards stowing away on a consortium ship. So anyway, that's just the question I had. We get some sleep.
Yeah.
All right. Can you give me some of that beauty cream before you go to bed, Buck? I like it. Actually works really well for my wrinkles.
Oh yeah, this lotion here.
Yeah, that's the one. Thank you. Good night, y'all.
Rokon was kind of starting to snooze and snore while Buck was talking toward the end there.
That's too bad.
Well, we're all tired. We had a big day.
Yep.
Let's get some shut-eye.
Now, Vod, does that cream actually deepen the wrinkles? Is that what you want as a weak way?
I've noticed it makes them shine a little. Normally, we think it's the sun that kind of keeps it nice and solid, like an extra defense, which I think is good. But the cream sort of just brings out the shine. It's like when you buff your sand speeder.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, you are glowing.
You want some, Ted?
Oh. Yeah.
Your blue is a little bit of a dull luster right now,
Yeah.
so I mean, you're looking a little ashy.
Thanks. I'll take a little bit. How dare you?
I don't know where he gets it, but have you seen that guy? I think he puts it on his teeth.
Talking about
Oh,
Buck?
Buck. Oh, he's right there. He's listening.
I'm
Yeah, I've
literally
seen
right
him.
here. Hey, I only have so much of this stuff, so go easy on it.
Hey, Buck, how's your investments?
The coffers, they're growing, but
You heard from what's her name?
oh, like Wingo?
Yeah.
No, haven't reached out for a while. But
Well,
hopefully she's safe on Skynar. I mean, the money keeps coming in, so.
yeah, I hope so.
But no, haven't checked in.
All right. Well, I'll see you in the
Maybe
morning.
I'll call her. Maybe I'll call her.
Good night, Buck.
Yeah, good night.
Good night, Roquan. Good night, Mookie. Good night,
night.
Bot.
There it is.
And we go to sleep.
You have a refreshing sleep and wake up the next morning, and have healed one wound in all strain if you need to.
Mm.
And he has as you wake up, Jaleev has a pot of calf brewed, and has laid out a bevy of imported Nerf cheese and Jenga bit
Delicious.
Nerf cheese with Jenga bits and warm Hawken eggs.
Oh, thanks, Jaleev.
Yeah, it's you look starving last night. I thought these would help
Yeah,
as we figure out these next steps.
this is a better spread than the rations I got on the way.
I really like the Nerf cheese. The green version is extra tangy.
Oh yeah, I really feel it right in the front.
Yeah, you can taste the Nerf heat.
Yeah, it was really nice of you to offer to like let us all sleep in your big bed too.
Yeah,
It's
that's how we sleep on Celeste.
The Celestin beds are.
Yes. You recall how their bathrooms are set up.
Mm,
Their beds are low on personal space as well. It's like a hive. You all kind of gather.
Hey, Jaleev, I don't know when you were last on Treeler, but do you ever have Famunda cheese?
I have not had that. Is that a delicacy?
It is.
Where do you get it?
Famunda these wrinkles.
Gotcha.
Insert Celestin laugh. Yeah.
Well, hey, Jaleev, you know where some of those off-worlders get their dose of vitamin D?
Oh yeah, at the light parlors
Yes.
From under these.
from under these.
From under these.
Yeah, they usually do that at a light parlor.
You got one nearby?
Yeah, Soul Glow.
Yeah.
It's about three blocks up the road.
You know,
SOLGLO.
any of those off-worlders ever like walk by wearing Consortium gear?
Ooh.
Like before or after work or something like that?
Whew. I don't know if I've paid that much attention. Maybe should we just stake out and look for a while to see?
Yeah, I'll go check it out.
Mookie's gonna join Ted. She's curious about these light parlors.
Health and
And so
wellness.
Yeah.
You're looking all right. So kind of going up the street towards Soul Glow.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay.
Should we all go?
Yeah, let's go. Come on. Roquan, wake up. Roquan was
Yeah,
tired.
I'm ready. We're going. Yep.
I honestly do think I could use a little sun, or
Roquan,
fake sun.
are you bringing your sword again? You seem to love that thing.
Well, it's either the sun or the gun, the sword or the gun, and the gun hard to hide in my pants. You know.
I like that. The sun, is that the name of your sword? The sun?
The sun. Yeah. Well, it's the sun gun or the sun sword. Yep.
Son of a gun.
They're both
Yeah.
named the sun. They're your two sons.
No. I consider them more daughters, but yeah, sure, I get what you're saying. Control's my son.
Okay. How many moons you got?
No, just one, but it's full. Enough of me, though. Where are we going? We're going to get some sun. Let's do
Yeah,
that.
we're going to the light parlor, man. Just down the road.
Okay.
Hey, Buck. What's that city thing telling you, man?
Oh, follow this way right here. Beep 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 boop. Here's the route. Shouldn't be far. Shall I wear my resplendent robes? Or are we doing more of a undercover?
I like those. Those look nice. If I'm bringing my sword, you should probably bring those, though.
Robes?
Right? Yeah.
I think you go in before us.
You like
Is
the
it
robes?
part of that plan,
Okay.
or is that
Like, I don't think Roquan should go with you if you're dressed like that. I don't know.
No, I walk in behind him so that he takes all the
I'll just-
distraction.
There you go.
I'll just. Okay. Yeah, I'll wear them.
I mean, why not? Show him off. If you got it, flaunt it.
Well, I just wore them.
And maybe we'll get
wash 'em.
lucky. Maybe we'll get lucky and an Imperial will catch your eye and we'll be able to kill him, right?
Yeah. So I'm not with you guys. I'm just getting my light dose because I'm visiting my uncle.
Good plan. And I'm here on a tour.
Have any of you walked in yet?
We're walking
Just let me know.
down the street.
Yeah.
No rush. I was just making sure it wasn't you're waiting for action.
This is our walk over, right? Guys.
Yeah.
My name's gonna be Pepper Jar.
I'm Salt Gin.
Vod pretends he's not going to join them and wait back at the ship, but after everyone leaves, he goes into kind of stealth mode and tails the party.
Call me Colonel Mustard.
I'll be kooky again.
Cookie.
Salt,
So what does it look like from the outside? I assume we're on the outside of the soul glow.
Sure. Looks like pretty nondescript. It's got a sign that has a neon light that is in script, so it slowly like lights itself up in script. Soul, SOL, glow, blink, 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 and then it resets. Soul, glow. It's got two windows that have like a sparkly like kind of the classic diagram of like a sun with a smiley face and like the rays coming off of it, and they're kind of sparkling. And then it's got a door that has hours of operation. It's open.
Is there a coffee shop nearby or like a calf shop?
Yeah, there's a calf shop right next door.
Okay. Any outside seating?
Yeah. This isn't like a super busy thoroughfare of Billaroon, but a reason. This is like a reasonably busy side street. Sure. So this is an area. This is a commercial zone. So there's lots of storefronts down both sides of the streets.
Yep.
There's land speeders going along. There's some people. It's still kind of early in the morning, but it's a weekday, so there's out mainly 98% of the people that you're seeing walking around are Solistans in the kind of the Solistan look.
Anybody open carrying?
Is anyone open carrying?
I'm open carrying right now. Is that unusual?
Yeah. They're, the majority of who you're seeing out walking are people wearing kind of that telltale cream one-piece jumper with a vest that's like a source up vest.
Mm-hmm.
None of them are open carrying. So the majority of the people you see are not carrying weapons.
Okay. So we're standing out already. I mean, as off-worlders,
you're off-worlders. Yep, exactly. Solistan, 98% of the people walking around look like Solistans.
Yeah. So boys, anybody who sees us, they're probably gonna be able to tell the authorities what we look like pretty well because we stand out, right? All right. I got my comm on, and I don't know, Buck. I'm gonna sit here and watch people. You let me know if you need anything from me, but I'm gonna just check out their vests and see what kind of off-worlders we got.
You want me to go in? That's the plan?
Yeah, you want to take a dose?
Yeah, I'll take a dose. See what's up.
I think Mookie would want to do a treatment. See what this late treatment going for the experience. So yeah, Mookie walks in with, I guess, Buck and
Ted, I'm gonna stay out here with you. I think, man, my skin would just reflect that. Get burned.
It's always nice to have a nice sword here in case we get into a firefight.
Yeah, we don't look suspicious at all, do we?
So, Buck, are you walking in?
Yep.
And the ding, 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 the door rings a bell as you walk through. And there's a single Solistan woman inside. Welcome. My name is Cherry Mint. Welcome to Soul Glow. You look like you could use some sunlight.
You are absolutely correct, Cherry. Lovely name. Lovely name. Yes, I
Only
have
half
been
as
visiting for a few days now, and I wish to replenish myself with some sun.
such a beautiful jewelry assortment you're wearing today.
You like them? They're nothing but
Love
trinkets.
that. I love that
Just-
green. That looks
Oh.
lovely.
Thank you. Just cheap trinkets, and yes, just common clothes.
And you are human?
Human am I? Yes.
All right. So we could do a 15-minute treatment if you would like.
Is that the standard?
That would be the standard for a human recharge. If you're looking for a extra pigmentation and melanocyte activation, you might decide to go for 45 minutes.
Okay.
Depends on how much sun you are used to getting on your home world.
Okay. I'll probably take a 15-minute little dose.
Indeed,
How many pods do you have here?
We have 6 here.
Are you busy now? Are all the pods full or any of them?
Well, pods A, C, and D are all taken right now, but we have B, E, and G.
That sounds right. E, F, E.
Oh, F, yes. A, C, and D are taken, so we have B, E, and F. Yes.
Okay. Wonderful. And just curious, I know I've never been to your establishment or another light treatment place. It's kind of an interesting Interesting little place here. Are they mostly humans coming in from off-world that visit here?
Oh, we see all kinds from terrestrial worlds
Hmm.
here. They, you are correct. Usually off-worlders here, or occasionally the Sullustan who's gotten a taste for terrestrial life will come in for a little bit of sunlight treatment before vacationing. But mainly off-worlders, yes.
Off-worlders, I see. So you don't have any of the local workers really coming in here. I assume they're mostly Celestin.
You are correct. I mean, most of anything here on Solus will be Solistans, but
Yeah.
occasional workers certainly.
Yeah. I imagine if I'd be working here, I must be coming here every few days if I were working at the Consortium. And you don't get to see the
Indeed,
sun hardly at all.
we do
Must be
recommend
miserable.
for humans we recommend at least every 3 days coming in for at least a 15-minute treatment for optimal mind and body health. May I offer you some tea?
Oh, tea, sure. Smells lovely.
It smells kind of like lemons.
I mean, very good. Sorry to ask so many questions. I'm just a curious person. So do a lot of, say, Consortium or sub workers come in here often to get sun? I mean,
I believe so. Yes, we usually are. Um, certainly, we've had them come through.
Yeah. Well, I'm just curious in speaking to some of these workers that we're getting to meet one that works in these conditions all day and never sees the sun. Just very curious is all. Anyone be willing to have a chat? That any regulars?
And you hear a kind of a not a commotion in a aggressive or bad way, but you hear kind of like a and you notice that room D's door opens and out comes a human in a out comes a human figure, dressed in a robe.
Okay.
And thank you, Cherry. I'm just gonna go get dressed. I'll see you in another 3 days, right? And she's like, well, if you have questions, you might just want to talk to the people who come
Oh, sure.
use our services.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for your help. I might as well hop in for that 15 minutes, eh?
Sure. That will be 15,000 credits.
Good taste. Oh my.
Just kidding. Just kidding. It's 15,
Got me
it's
there.
15 credits. 15 credits.
They run me over the coals. 15 credits it is. Here you go.
Sure. Room B is clean. Would you like B?
B sounds wonderful.
All right. So she walks you in. She hands you a really like plush maroon colored robe. She gestures back to in the back of the facility. There's a little locker room that she gestures back for you to get to. You'll want to do this in the nude for maximal effect. So you'll want to change before you come in. But when you're ready, let me know and I'll provide the settings.
All right. And he will follow the instructions and strip.
Oh, no, sir. Back in the locker room. Back in the locker room, sir.
Yes.
Back in the locker room.
That way.
Yeah. Here's your robe. Don't forget your robe.
Oh, thank you. And he will scurry off, change. While he's going back to the room, he's going to go in the comms and send a message to Ted being like, there's a human walking out. Kind of see if you can get a good look at him, what he's wearing. Maybe he's Consortium.
Oh yeah. What kind of vest was he wearing?
Did I see?
He was wearing a robe, and he walked back to the locker room.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So I'm gonna see him.
What are you doing right now?
You'll go to where they get changed.
So you walk back. You walk back to the locker room, and inside the locker room, as you walk in, is a guy with his like behind to you, like toweling off. I love a parade. Very low modesty. This guy is just in there, naked, toweling off. Next to him on the bench, you notice a gray jumpsuit, and he's in there. Just he feels great. He actually just sprung for the 45-minute treatment. And he's gone back and he's taken a shower. And this room that you're in is very like aromatherapy and smells really nice. And he's in there singing to himself, buck naked, drying off.
Nice. Does the robe line up with like Consortium colors?
The robe that is at his feet on the ground is a maroon color, just like yours robe that you were given.
Oh, I didn't see his actual clothes. Jumpsuit?
They're sitting next to him. There's like a gray jumpsuit that's sitting on the bench next to him.
Yeah, the jumpsuit. Does that match with
And we learned
Consortium? They're gray.
we learned that's like the higher rank.
No, that's not. All black is highest rank in Consortium.
Hey Buck, you said there was a human coming out. I don't see a human yet. What are you doing?
Oh. Yeah. You hear that?
Buck, are you singing? That's not your voice. Is somebody singing in front of you?
He won't answer it since the guy's so close to him.
I mean, he has a great voice, if that is him.
Yeah. Is Mookie coming into? I don't want to steal the spotlight too much.
Mookie was gonna ask Cherryman if she could do a 15-minute treatment as well.
Sure, my friend. And she leads you to room E, and kind of gives you the same treatment as Buck. She gestures back to she inquires Polismassen. Polismassen, she recommends a 20-minute treatment, and that'll be 20 credits. And gives you the maroon robe and gestures back to the locker room area.
And is there a separate women's locker room, or is it a co-ed locker room?
I think in Sulliston fashion, I think this is a unisex locker room area.
Okay, great. Yeah, she's going to walk back into the locker room and kind of blush a little bit when she sees Buck.
And the gentleman who's singing now is like buttoning up a gray jumper. And I feel great after such a wonderful treatment here at Soul Glow. You're going to feel like a million credits. Trust me. Well, have a good day.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, no, hey, before you go,
Yes.
You come in here regularly?
Oh, I follow Cherry's recommendations to the letter. Just about every 3 days, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you had a nice tan going on there too.
Well, you like it? Yes,
Yeah.
I think. Yes, it's looking kind of
Very
nice.
nice. Yeah.
You look very nice too. I love these
you.
jewel things you're wearing.
You like those? Yes.
Very nice. Yes.
Say, you don't mind me asking, but those robes, you work here on the planet?
No, why, yes, I do.
Oh, where do you work?
Can take one guess. Take one guess.
Oh,
Can you tell?
is that the
You're not
consortium?
around. You're not from here, are you?
Oh, no. Just visiting.
Oh, you work for the? Is that the consortium?
This little Polis Masson has been here before. Yes, I do. I work
Yes.
for the consortium. Yes.
What do you do for the consortium?
I want you to roll a 1d20 for me.
Nice.
How do you do the 1d20?
Exclamation poly space 1d20. $18. All right, just a second.
Ooh.
Oh, well. Even at the consortium, everyone wants to look nice and look their best. I run one of the internal beauty salons.
You run an internal beauty salon inside of the consortium.
Yes. We have all kinds of varieties of niceties inside there, and I am Guy. I run the Guy's Beauty Salon inside the consortium. Yes.
Oh my.
Oh, huh.
Have you heard of us?
No, not really.
Well,
And what's your name?
Guy.
Guy. Okay.
I had no idea that there were beauty salons inside the consortium. What
No,
other
those-
sort of things
And
are?
those Celestins like to have their hair done just so, you know. And I do a wonderful skin product that I've created myself that is excellent to keep their faces so supple and their jowls from sticking.
See, that makes sense. You must do some great work inside the consortium.
I've been doing it for 15 years, but I've given you my name. What's yours?
Call me
Little
Colonel.
one.
Oh,
Well, I'm Kooky.
Kooky.
Yes, Kooky.
Lovely name. You
So-
know there's a human treat called a cookie.
Yeah,
Have you had one?
I've had many.
You have no mouth. How do you consume cookies, Cookie?
And I just showed my fingers.
Really?
How we eat on Polis Masan with our
Is
fingers.
that right?
Yes, that's how we
That's darling. Well, I would be careful giving you a manicure or I might rip out your teeth, huh?
It's true. So, Guy, it sounds like you're highly, regarded in the consortium to be running the beauty salon. Do you have a
I wish. Tell that to my pocketbook, honey.
yeah? Do you have any security clearances that you have to pass to go into the consortium?
Oh no. Have you been to the consortium, honey?
No, I haven't actually.
Well, they let you in, and the laborers go that way, and all the goody two shoes go that way. And let me tell you, despite being there for 15 years, I walk through the laborer door. Still, can you believe it? With hands that look as nice as this, huh? My
Yeah.
hands look twice as good as half the officers here. Laborer. Always a laborer, never an officer.
Huh. Interesting.
what other kinds
I
of
shouldn't be telling you these
laborers?
things, but I just feel so nice and warm.
It sounds like
Your
there's a
name?
lot of.
Your name?
Oh, me.
What was
Call
your
me
name?
Colonel Mustard.
Oh, are you in the service?
Nope. Just that's my name.
Oh, your parents named you Colonel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yes.
they must have
That's
been
right.
in the service then.
Ah, you're right. They were.
Yeah. Well, you have lovely teeth. They're the captor. They're your own.
Oh, thank you. Yep.
How do you keep them so white?
You know, it really just comes down to flossing.
Oh,
Floss every day.
indeed. It is important for us humans.
That's true.
I wonder how that little one flosses her teeth.
I wonder too.
Mookie just stares back with her blank face.
Do you do it in the sink, Mookie?
Say, how many? You said there's a lot of laborers going in there. What were some of the other laborers, say, walking in and out the consortium?
Oh, well, how much
Beauty
time do you
salons,
have?
you got candy shops, you got.
Oh, yeah, you got kitchen workers, baristas, you got the mechanics, the tug pilots, the shipyard attendants, the zinc skimmers, the vat cleaners, the water recyclators. Oh, my word. So many.
See, wow. Well, the beauty salon would be the one place I'd like to visit someday if I ever were inside. Yee.
Where do you work for? Are you here working with Sorosub or Consortium or the Imperials?
Oh, no. Just visiting, but just that looking through up through the where would be the sky and seeing that giant building up in this massive stalactite or whatever you'd call that. It's interesting. It make me curious what goes on inside that big old place. That's all. Just curiosity. They seem so tight and locked up.
Oh, they are. They are. I work at the I work at the beauty salon, but you know what that means. Oh no, you don't. You're not from here. Oh, anyway. So I come, labor door, never the officer door. No. I hear the officer door. You need biometric clearance.
Hmm. Oh,
Labor door, we just need our cards.
I see.
You go in and you walk into your little area, and then,
Mhm.
you're escorted to your facility. If you're one of us laborers. Now, if you're an officer, you just gotta walk in and go wherever you want. And I've sought such clearance. I'm Guy. I own my own beauty salon. But no, laborer door, escort up, cut the Celestine's hair, go home.
Hmm.
So I don't get to walk around very much at all. I just have my little station. But it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, I see.
I've been here for 15 years. I'm used to it. As long as I get my treatments at Soul Glow. What do you think? What do you think?
Wonderful. No, Cherry really does good work here. I'm excited for my little treatment.
Indeed.
Yes.
Well, I've got to make my shift. It's been nice meeting you, Colonel. And you too, Kookie.
Thanks,
Hope to see you around these parts later.
Yeah, I hope you have a good day at work.
She kind of sachets off.
Interesting.
Well, what do you think, Buck?
Oh. Well, kind of shed some light on what the laborers and the biosecurity, and if we're going to get in there, I think we're going to have to be going in as laborers, right? We're going in under disguise. What do you think?
Maybe we should talk about it with everybody else. But
knock, knock. Your rooms are ready.
I don't know. It would be nice to get our hands on some. Be able to go in the officer.
Yeah.
Door, but sounds like it might be tricky.
Yeah. Figure out more about this biosecurity.
Yeah.
Be looking into trying to track down an officer, but.
Mm-hmm. Well, keep your eyes open. They might be out in one of the tanning beds. So.
Yeah.
Mookie's gonna hop into her E.
Right. And Cherry comes over and she makes sure you're comfortable. I'm sorry, I have not offered you some tea. Would you like some tea?
Oh, sure, I'll have some tea. That sounds
There
great.
you are. And she gives you kind of tastes kind of lemony, and it looks like a tanning bed that she kind of opens up for you. And this when the light goes off, your time's done, and then you're welcome to clean off and shower in the facilities.
Sounds good.
She
Wonderful.
closes the door. Colonel Mustard, are you doing similar?
Yep.
So similar, closes the door. And I apologize because it is a Tuesday night. So I've got to wrap up because it is after 10:30.
All
So
good.
we
That's all right.
we got to start, but I apologize. I've got to kill it. So all you watchers out there, tune in next time for some Soul Glow and Star Wars RPG.